Yeah, let's go. Shout out the mountain and fish. I got Iggy and Woods doing right for the culture. If you just here for the views and the likes and just put on the mic, you a vulture. They let me down, but the raps did it. They let me down, but the switch didn't. They let me down, but the raps did it. They let me down, but the switch didn't.
This is your boy Iggy.
It's your boy Woods.
You are now tuned into another episode of Hip Hop Hoops Podcast.
Let's get it.
Guys, man, continue to keep running those subs up. Do not forget to like, subscribe, share, comment, all those good things, man. That's how you support the channel, man.
Man, turn on that notification, man.
Yes.
Just press that button.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
That's how you support the channel, man. Continue to keep liking, sharing, commenting, all those good things. Shout out to the distant cousins, Title League.
Title League, man.
Yes,
Emoji
sir.
fingers all day. Android got them. iPhone got them.
Yeah.
Just press them up, man. Emoji fingers.
We got to shout out Kent. We got to shout out Fia, man. You know,
Yes.
they've been putting in work.
They're not here right now, but they do a lot of work behind the scenes, man.
Oh, for sure.
Them.
For sure.
Appreciate them fully.
Yeah, man. Guys, go check out the website, man. You know, we cannot forget to continue. Listen, go check out the website. All the fresh merch is on there. News, weekly news, all that good stuff. Go check out the website.
Yes.
Let's get into it, man. You know, this is episode 143.
Let's go, man.
143. Episode 143.
Yes.
Guys are putting in that work. But I want to start off with Toronto Raptors. You know, we always got to talk about the home team.
Got to.
And
30 years.
Yes, 30 years in. I want to talk to you. I want to ask you about Vince Carter.
Right. To
me, I think he is the GOAT. Is that what you said? The GOAT, right?
The greatest Raptor of all time.
Greatest Raptor of all time. I believe he's the greatest Raptor of all time. But I want to. His jersey, is his jersey getting retired this year by the Nets?
I think the Nets, January 7th.
Okay, so his jersey is getting retired this year by the New Jersey Nets, which is the Brooklyn Nets now.
Yeah.
He played. How many seasons did he play for the Nets?
That's a good question, man. I think like maybe 3, 4.
So
no, more than that, maybe
no,
5,
more.
5, 6.
He's getting his jerseys retired by the Nets, and I want to ask you, which version of Vince Carter do you like better?
Man,
I know he had deeper runs in the playoffs with the Nets.
Yes. Well, Jason Kidd, not a better team, but a better team.
Yeah, better
We'll
team.
see. Yeah,
better
team.
team.
You know
What's the best version? What's the better version for you? Because I think those were his two primes,
right? With
the Nets and obviously with the Raptors. Which version? A lot of people felt like when he got to the Nets, Jason Kidd gave him some toughness,
right?
You know, and he was able to battle through certain, screens and defensive assignments and all those type of things where he didn't do those things with the Raptors. He kind of just, gave up, which a lot of people feel. I see a lot of people posting, Vince, this is the day Vince Carter gave up on the Raptors and asked for a trade and this and that. So go, I want to know from you, Mr. Raptor himself.
Man, well, who knows? In regards to when we talk about toughness, I still lean more towards the Raptors.
Mm-hmm.
His run with the Raptors was a little bit better, a little bit more meaningful than the Nets. Who knows if J Kidd was with the Raptors, Vince wouldn't have went for his graduation, would have got his diploma mailed to him instead of leaving Game 7. You know how I feel about that already. You know what I mean?
And he was with the Nets for 5 seasons.
5 seasons.
Yes,
okay.
5 seasons.
You know what I mean? But I'm still gonna lean towards the Raptors. He had some memorable runs. Just being a Canadian team, the only Canadian team in the NBA, bringing us to Game 7 against Philly, you know what I mean? And that one shot could have changed the whole trajectory of the squad in regards to, I still feel we would have beat the Bucks in that conference final, and we would have played the Lakers. And I personally believe with that team, we would have beat the Lakers.
Come on, man.
I really do think that.
Come on,
and I base that off of, being a Slam magazine fan back in the day.
Nobody's beating the Lakers.
Kobe said it. The Lord of the Rings. Kobe said himself. First he said if T-Mac and Vince didn't, break up, they would have seen the Raptors in the finals at least 3 times.
No, that's for sure.
You know what I'm saying? So with that being said,
I agree with T-Mac.
With that being said, I felt like, we would have got one off of the Lakers. But with that particular squad, Del Curry, Alvin Williams, Antonio Davis, Oakley, you know, I think even Keon Clark and them Monday. I think we would have beat them.
No, we're
You
not.
know what I
We're
mean?
not beating the
But
Lakers.
I always hold some heat against New Jersey. First of all, for making that that trade. Number one, even
We
though
can't be mad at New Jersey. We got to be mad at the GM who made that trade.
rest in peace. That
You know,
Babcock.
well, yeah, we're not going to take it that far and be mad. But I'm just saying, like, we got nothing in return.
You know what? I felt like we got Aaron Gordon, right?
Not Aaron Gordon.
It was not Aaron Gordon. What?
It was the Williams brothers.
Aaron Williams.
It was
sorry.
Aaron Williams and Eric Williams.
And Eric Williams. We were supposed to get Alonzo,
and he refused to want to come here. Yeah, he said, I don't want to come.
And you see how the basketball gods work? Because Vince caught him. And I personally think when Vince gave him that poster,
that was on the
that was for dissing. Yeah. That was for dissing the Raptors.
Yo, we got to do a segment about that. The greatest posters for Vince, because he has a crazy amount of
the best in-game dunker of all time.
For sure.
You know what I mean?
But go ahead.
Yeah, but I really felt like that right there in regards to Vince and the Nets. And the Nets kind of bamboozling us, and Lonzo not coming back or not even stepping foot, crossing the border to come to our squad. You know, it was shitty, man. And I hate seeing the fact that they're gonna retire the man's jersey this year. But I like the counter. Shout out the Raptors Street Edition team. You see that jersey that we're gonna be wearing this year with the Raptor doing the East Bay off the bounce. They have the poster of it. They have the picture of it, you know, the image of it on our jerseys this year.
I gotta go more with the Raptors as well. I like the Vince Carter version of the Raptors.
Definitely.
He Rookie of the Year, you know, multiple All-NBA teams, All-Star teams. More obviously. I know he played 7 years with the Raptors and 5 with the Nets, but I think his better years were definitely with the Raptors. And guys, don't get it twisted. When he was with the Nets, he was a problem. When he came back and he played the Raptors, he cooked us. Buzzer beaters, dunking, like he cooked us.
Oh man, I'll never forget that. He took that super personal, man.
And this is why I say that we're not going to do what, we got to start building some kind of culture with the Raptors as far as jersey retirements and, you know, having something hanging in the banner, in the banners. We have nothing yet besides the champion, right? We got to respect some of the players that played for us. And this is why, if they didn't do it for Vince, why are we going to do it for DeMar DeRozan? Is what I'm saying. So that's where I'm at. I think
we're going to learn from that mistake. DeMar, Kyle.
Maybe.
You know what I mean?
I guess.
I don't know about Chris Bosh.
No.
But, no. DeMar and Kyle for sure.
And maybe we should. Kyle, I can see Kyle.
Maybe we should retire Vince's jersey, even though
we definitely need to.
Enough mans went through that after he left.
Disrespectful guys too. But you want to ask that question about?
Yes, man. So, question: who had the better run? The Vince Carter run when he was with the New Jersey Nets, or the Vince Carter run when he was with the Toronto Raptors? Get in the comments. Let's see how that goes.
Talk to us in the comments, yes, sir. Okay, so staying with the Raptors.
Yes. We
got Lou Will. I guess he has his own podcast now.
Shout out, Lou.
And, he's doing this thing. I forget what the name of the podcast is. I've only seen a few stuff on it. But he mentioned about, why he didn't return with the Raptors. And he was talking about the reason why he didn't return was because of his lifestyle.
Right.
Having the 2 girlfriends. And then Drake obviously having a whole song about it where he said, how did everybody know?
Right.
And then he said, well, yeah, Drake, with the song, and that's how everybody knew. So my question to you is, was that a horrible move for the Toronto Raptors to not re-sign Lou Will, especially coming off of a 6th Man of the Year?
Right.
Fantastic season, 6th Man of the Year. To me, where's the vets at? And this is when because DeMar DeRozan was on that show too. Right. And DeMar DeRozan was like, I ain't have no problem with it and this and that. And this is where the leadership thing comes into play.
Right.
You can't tell another grown man how to live his life, but
as long as he's producing on the court.
But my whole thing is this is where the whole culture thing comes. Right. It kills me because I'm saying guys, how come GMs and stuff like that didn't have this conversation with Lou Will and be like, yo, listen, tone it down some and try to help him with it. So I want to hear what your thoughts is with this whole thing with Lou Will. I don't want to say he was annoyed of it, but he never had a good run to me after when he left.
Right.
You know, when he signed with the Lakers, it was decent, you know, but it wasn't like how
Clippers, it was decent.
Yeah, it wasn't like when he had that Raptors, 6-man run to me. But go ahead. What's your thoughts on that?
You know what? First off, Raptors that time was developing their culture.
Right.
You know, bringing that professionalism, wanting the vets to kind of show the young bucks how to move on and off the court. Having two girls. That kind of, it didn't mess up shit for him, but it kind of did in regards to just the professionalism piece and the culture that the Raptors are trying to build. That's
not a good look, man. If we're trying to,
it's not. I can't.
We got kids that love the Raptors here. We got grown up. We have like professional people. Like everybody loves the Raptors. That's our team. That's our one basketball team in this country. Well, not professional team. Obviously, you got Scarborough Shooting Stars and the whole league, but NBA team. Right. That's the only team we have. It's not a good look. Will Lou walking around the city with two things on his side. I'm just sorry. it doesn't look good. Well, it doesn't look good.
Clearly, the management felt the same way. But at the same time, I always used to say back then, and even now, the Raptors is always going to be the fountain of youth for any NBA player that is not quite a star yet, but has star potential if given the right opportunity. And you said it, after he left, kind of like just he was still a serviceable hooper.
Yeah, but it wasn't
slapping the same way it was slapping with the Raptors.
No.
And that went for a lot of players, man. I said that about what's his name?
Even Vince, when he left, it wasn't the Vince I believe when we just talked about it.
Right.
But maybe the only one guy that I would say would be like T-Mac.
I think T-Mac.
Because T-Mac left the Raptors, went to Orlando and became an all-star and a star and an all-NBA player. But go ahead.
Damon Stoudemire as well with Portland had a great run with that squad.
But he wasn't Mighty Mouse.
He wasn't Mighty Mouse, no. You know what I mean? He was just Damon Stoudemire. But look at that. Marc Gasol, love him to death. But at the end of the day, after he left the Raptors, he pretty much retired after. Serge Ibaka kind of retired. Not retired, but journeyman.
Pretty much, yeah.
You know what I mean? Norm Powell's doing his thing. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Norman Powell's playing excellent basketball.
Right?
He played excellent basketball yesterday.
We'll see
last year.
We'll see what Gary Trent, but
Serge Ibaka.
That's what I'm saying.
Retired.
Serge Ibaka's retired. So Raptors had that formula of just be professional. We have a platform for you that will showcase all your skills, will showcase the reason why you made it to the NBA.
Kawhi Leonard.
Look at how Kawhi, man. You know what I mean? He got the money and all that.
Hasn't
playing
looked,
at home, but it hasn't been the same for him ever since.
No.
Success-wise. So, Raptors was feeling themselves in the sense where they have the sauce, man, just produce, we'll provide you with the platform, and just be professional. You know what I mean? I think he got two. Lou Williams, that is, he got 2 out of 3. You know what I mean? He was holding it down. You know what I mean? He got 6 Man of the Year, and great teammate. But the lifestyle piece.
It's just not a good look. And as a man, you can't tell another grown man how to live, but as a grown man, you should want to handle your business.
Facts.
And your money is your business, your brand, your image, that's all your business, right? And as long as we don't own anything, we don't own the teams, we don't own the leagues, we gotta fix up and we gotta follow suit. Right. To what, you got to cover your bases, right?
Right.
If I know I got 2 girls, cool, I'm going to keep it on the low to make sure that I keep getting my checks as long as I can.
Right.
Then when I'm done, I can do what I want to do. I can have my platforms like they have now. I can say and speak how I want to speak and do what I want to do. You can't fire me.
Just move accordingly, man.
Just move accordingly, right?
And it's crazy. Raptors have a tendency of letting go of individuals after they win big awards. Remember Lou Will, 6-man, gone after. Coach.
I know what you're talking about. Coach of the Year gets fired.
Dwayne Casey.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Wins Coach of the Year. He's gone next year.
Poor guy.
So Raptors don't play when it comes to they're sticking to their mission and their vision.
Yeah.
And 30 years, like I said, man. Let's do it.
Yeah, sir. Okay, so I want to talk about, we did small forwards last week. LeBron, comments going crazy.
Larry Bird, man, legend.
Larry Bird is not it. It's interesting because a lot of people came in with the Kevin Durant, which I was very surprised to see. in the comments, Kevin Durant. But this week we're gonna go with the top centers of all time. So I want to know from you, who is the greatest center of all time? And I want to know from you guys in the comments, who is the greatest center that played in the NBA? The greatest center ever to play in the NBA. Talk to us in the comments. Go ahead. Who do you have?
My greatest center of all time is going to go to Hakeem Olajuwon. You know what I mean? I don't think he gets the proper respect, but when you talk about skill, impact, offensively, defensively, champion, you know, like really and truly, Jordan was dominating the 90s. As soon as Jordan left,
Hakeem
came over and took 2 rings before Jordan came back. You know what I mean? So, you know, you hear the Houston alumni that played on that squad, that Rocket squad, say that, yo, we would have slapped up MJ and the Bulls. You know what I mean? I don't think so either, but they said, yo, Hakeem would have dominated Luke Longley. He probably would have.
Of course.
You know what I mean? That's a given.
That's Luke Longley. Anybody's gonna do that.
You know what I mean? But
Clyde Drexler is getting cooked.
Fact,
because this is the Clyde Drexler in the later years, not Portland Clyde Drexler.
Right.
So if Portland Clyde Drexler couldn't do nothing with MJ, what the hell is Houston Clyde Drexler going to do? Kenny Smith, Vernon Maxwell, like who is going to guard MJ?
That's the $1 million question.
That's
just
$1
million
insane.
Question.
But go ahead.
Yeah, man. I mean, career averages, 21.8 points per game, 11.1 rebounds, 2.5 assists, 3.1 blocks, 2-time champion, 94 MVP, 12-time All-Star, 12-time All-NBA, 9-time All-Defensive, and 2-time Defensive Player of the Year. Like, real talk, man, it's just impacting. He was just a tough cover, man. Centers did not want it, man, and they know it too, man. They probably won't say it, but they know Hakeem was that guy, man. Best center in the NBA. Of all time.
I'm gonna go with Kareem AbdulJabar, and it's so funny because like Kareem was so dominant in high school, it was insane. How dominant he was. He goes to UCLA. They don't even let him play his freshman year. He comes and wins 3 straight championships at UCLA.
Yeah.
Right. This is, I believe, when he was. I think his name was Lou Alcindor at the time.
Right.
But now he goes to the NBA. He is second leading scorer of all time.
Right.
He's like 3rd in blocks.
Right.
Like 3rd or 2nd in rebounds.
Right.
What is his career average? He played 100. He played 1,500 games.
Yeah.
Average of 26, 11, and he actually has 3 assists, which is crazy.
3.6. I'll give that a 4.
Yeah, 4 assists. Right, has the most unstoppable shot that we've ever seen.
Right.
The sky hook that no one could emulate.
Right.
No other person could ever do this. The closest I've seen was Magic.
Right.
With the sky hook. But, we've seen different versions of the fadeaway from other guys.
Mm-hmm.
But the only person who's come close to doing that sky hook was Magic. And it's not the same.
Because Magic was practicing.
And he was practicing with him.
Right.
So one of the most unstoppable shots ever.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, he's a top 3 player, top 2 player of all time. I have MJ first, and I have Kareem second. That's my order.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, my personal, 'cause I have 2 different lists, right? I have the personal favorite players, and this is where a guy like Sheed will get in there because but when I'm just doing a fair list, then I go with, Magic, Jordan, Kareem, and then I put Magic in there as well. But my personal list, then I have MJ and I have Kobe. Kobe second. He's my second favorite player of all times. But I gotta go with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, man. Like he's, to me, people try to when they critique him and judge him, they want to put him, he was aloof, or because he didn't like to talk to the media, and they want to try to smear his name because he just
to bury him.
And they put that, like, that has nothing to do with basketball. If we're judging all basketball, then this guy is incredible. And they try to say, well, he's a center. I don't want to put him in the center. I don't want to rank him all time because he's a center. Right. Bullshit. Kareem is the second greatest player ever to play this game. MJ 1, Kareem 2, and that's my favorite center of all time.
I can't knock it. But there's only one thing I'll knock in regards to, imagine if Isaiah Thomas had Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, would he not be considered the GOAT point guard?
Depending.
No, it's depending. Now it's depending.
No, because Magic.
If Magic didn't have Magic came into the league to Kareem.
Yeah, but
the most dominant player at that time.
Yeah, but it wasn't.
I'm not saying he didn't help.
It's not like he wasn't young. He wasn't young. Remember, Kareem did it with Milwaukee before he got to LA.
True.
So he's proven himself to be a winner.
Right.
Give him some help, and he gonna dominate, just like everybody else. You know, MJ, he was winning. He wasn't winning, and then when Scotty came in and they started playing together, and he got that one sidekick.
Right.
Who was this? What? No,
Joe Dumars, I guess maybe.
His sidekick was Oscar. Man. His sidekick was Oscar in Milwaukee.
You for real?
So
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm just saying, man. Shout out Isaiah Thomas. You're still the greatest point guard of all time, man.
Hey, man.
Over Magic. No disrespect, Magic, but you just had more tools to work with and more shiny objects, man. Such as Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
But
you're the greatest center of all time.
We don't always, when you have the shiny tools and you have great teammates, you don't always win.
That's true too.
You don't know. We've seen guys who don't win and have a lot of pieces. I don't want to say no names. I don't want to start shit. But that's my center. You got Hakeem.
I got Hakeem.
So I want to know from you guys the greatest center of all time. I want to go and I want to talk to you and I want to ask the top 5 centers today.
Yes.
Top 5 centers in the NBA today.
Yes.
What's your list?
Number 1, are we going to go like 1 to 5 or
well,
just...
it's pretty easy to go in order with this one. So
okay.
1 and 2 is like...
All right. So my number 1 going into the 24-25 season will be the Joker, of course.
Right.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Last year, he averaged, 26, 12, 9. Easy. You know what I mean? Yep. Easy work. I think the team was a little hurt. That's why their production in the playoffs wasn't the greatest as a collective, but he led that. He led the charge. You know what I mean? In regards to, I remember we had Nikhil during the summertime, and he was like, yo, as a Minnesota, the team that took them out, they were like, yo, Joker's gonna get his.
Yeah.
We just gotta kind of try and lock up everybody else.
No, he gonna get his.
He's gonna get his.
Yep.
How do we neutralize everybody else? So that just shows you that he is that guy. You know what I mean? My number 2 would be obviously Joel Embiid. Shout out to him for securing a second extension. He got Maxey now. He got a solid squad.
You got Paul George.
On paper, they look mean.
Yeah, Kelly Oubre. There's no excuses. There's no excuses.
There's no excuses.
There's zero excuses.
You know what I mean? The only, obviously, knock on wood, injuries. You know what I mean? Always plays. It's part of the game. I get it.
It is.
But it really hinders that particular roster because some of the players on that team, when they get injured, they're gone for games.
Months.
You know what I mean?
Months.
Number 3 would be Victor Wembanyama. You know what I mean? He had a phenomenal season last year.
Right.
21, 10, and
this is the future
4.
right here. This is the future.
You know what I mean? Now we got Chris Paul. They got some veterans over there. I think Harrison Barnes is over there as well.
Yeah.
Obviously, Coach Pop.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Shout out Coach Pop. I seen some highlights of him on the court, like just hooping, like you know what I mean? At his age, staying in shape. Shout out Coach Pop. My 4th would be Alperen Sengun from the Houston Rockets.
Yep.
You know,
He's
he
really
only
good.
played 63 games last year because he got injured. But man, I seen some flashes.
He's good.
You know what I mean? While he was
good.
there, averaging 21, 9, and 5, and 1.2 steals. I love what Houston's doing.
I think he's from Turkey. He's really good.
I love what Houston's doing. Keep an eye out on Alperen. You know what I mean? Barring injuries, he's going to be a problem. And my number 5 would be Domantas Sabonis from Sacramento. You know what I mean? Last year, averaging 19, 13, and 8. You know what I mean? Now they got DeRozan. You feel me? Now they got the guard, they got the center, they got the wing. Shout out Sacramento, man.
Actually,
they can make some noise.
I like your list better than my list. Yeah. I like your list because we're pretty much 3 for 3 with the top 3. So I got Joker, I got Embiid, I got Webby.
In that order?
In that order.
Okay.
Yes, in that order. And then I got 4. I got Sabonis at 4. And I know I don't put Anthony Davis as a center. I know sometimes he plays a center, but
he doesn't want to play.
He doesn't even want to play the center.
They just picked up our home. I'm so pissed that they got him.
Christian Coloco.
Yeah, shout him out, man.
He's healthy now.
He's healthy again.
Good for him.
You know what I mean? So maybe he can play the 4. Anthony Davis can play the 4 now.
Yeah, that's what they're always looking
That's what they're
for.
envisioning, right?
Yeah, but I got Miles Turner at 5. It's so
Stretch
difficult.
5.
It's really hard uh with the center position,
Yeah.
especially today, because there's actually really no centers. Like the centers back to the basket after the first 3. Well, Sabonis plays back to the back.
Alperin plays back to the basket as well.
Yes, he does. But Webby, this guy's on the wing
Yeah.
like he's KD, right? Even Embiid, he's on the wing. Like
Yeah.
it's just crazy. So, who's maybe Joker and Sabonis are probably the real back to the basket guys, I guess, on this list, but I don't know, man. This was a difficult one for me as far as centers today.
Yeah.
So yeah. But what's your list again? Top 5 centers in the NBA today. So 2024-2025 season today. Go ahead. What's your list?
Nikola Jokic, Joel Embiid, Victor Wembanyama, Alperen Sengun, and Domantas Sabonis.
Got you. I got Joker, Embiid, Webby, Sabonis, and Miles Turner. Who are your top 5 centers in the NBA today? Talk to us in the comments. Moving on to hip hop, we got okay, West Coast is up. So when Kendrick Lamar won, when they said he won this battle, obviously I'm gonna say it again. I don't think he won as far as rapping. Like, Kendrick did all the moves, strategy wise, and I think he got the crowd and he became the fan favorite.
Right.
So I want to know when they won, when the West and Kendrick Lamar supposedly won this battle, and they said the West is up. What did they mean by that?
You know what? They've been so used to dominating, I believe. When Pac.
Because we're talking 90s now.
Yeah,
90s. I think that they were. I think they probably were running the 90s with the Pac.
They had a very
NWA. You obviously had Dre,
Snoop.
Eazy-E, Snoop. Yeah, like Dog Pound.
Too Short, E40.
Yeah, like I think
there was a lot.
I think the West had to run like that. I don't.
Right.
But when they're saying West is up right now.
Right. So
what does they mean by that?
Well, now that Kendrick came and Kendrick is here, like he didn't go nowhere, but he's here and he kind of dethroned to most of. I'm just basing it off of what I see on the internet in regards to the comments. You know what I mean? Kind of dethroned the boy. You know what I mean? And dethroned Lil Wayne and a bunch of artists from the East Coast and down south that's been running the game for the last 10, 15 years. K-Dot came and just brought that reign back to the West Coast. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I feel like the game is still up there.
I think the game feels some type of way that they gave him because mind you, like the game probably was the last artist. Like I don't listen to YG like that,
right.
Unless he's on a feature or something like that. But I don't really listen to YG. So I'm trying to Roddy Ricch. He had a decent run.
He had a nice little run as well.
Right, Roddy Ricch had a decent run. So I'm just trying to think of like the West. Like to me, Atlanta's still up there. That's running it. Yeah, I just don't see when they say the West is up. I don't see any other artists in the West that's really booming.
Nipsey before he passed.
Nipsey for sure. Nipsey, but to me, I get a lot of grief when people say when I say this. Nipsey was good. I really like Nipsey, but was he actually a legend? When before he passed away, or did did it go even more up when he passed away? Right. I like, and it's interesting too because when Nipsey was alive, people were talking about Nipsey to me more on a national level than Kendrick, in my opinion. I like Nipsey's music more than I like Kendrick's music,
right?
In my opinion, So
he was making he was about to make that run.
I like Nipsey. I like Nipsey's music. I like Nipsey's music better than I like Kendrick Lamar's music. That's just that's my.
Oh, you about to get roasted.
I want to talk to you guys in the comments. I want to know from everybody in the comments, who do you rock with more? Whose music's better? Obviously, Kendrick's has more music, but we don't like to use that because, you know, when we talk about it, Drake and Kendrick, they say Drake has way more music than Kendrick. So we're not gonna do that. Who do you like as better as an artist? Kendrick Lamar or Nipsey Hussle? Talk to us in the comments. But yeah, go ahead.
No. That's it, man.
I just want to know who else in the West. If you say the West up, then that means other artists are booming, right? So who else is booming in the West for you to say the West is up?
You know, you got Schoolboy Q.
Come on, man.
He's coming. He's been there.
He's been there.
He's there.
I like Schoolboy Q.
He's a household name. Like he's just like one hit away from.
Like Man of the Year is one of my favorite tracks from Schoolboy Q.
I'm just saying he's like another hit away from elevating some more.
Is he on the Super Bowl stage?
I hope so. He gotta be.
He
gotta be. Man.
It doesn't make sense for Kendrick to bring him on. Schoolboy Q is gonna be looking at Kendrick like, please. But it doesn't make sense on a national level. You got how much minutes? 15, 20 minutes?
Yeah, you
can't bring Schoolboy Q out.
Course, I think
you gotta bring him more of a mega star. I'm gonna be at home like you know what?
I think that platform, that performance for Kendrick will be the perfect opportunity to bring out his West Coast artists.
He ain't gonna do it.
This is the perfect time to do it.
Watch.
I
bet you he don't do it.
The West is up. Prove it. Yeah. Show it.
So,
you know what I mean?
I wanna. So speaking of Super Bowl and Kendrick Lamar, right? I wanna ask you. I wanna do something fun with. Right. This is something interesting that I saw, and I would like to see what your thoughts is on this. Right. And I wanna play. This is like a little. This is going to be like a little verses, a mini verses, and I want to talk to you guys, and I want everybody in the comments to talk to us about this. Who do you have, Wayne or Kendrick? A lot of people in the comments are actually going with Wayne. Right. It's so funny how far we get out there we reach all the way to the West Coast, where we have a bunch of people in the West Coast just going crazy on our page. But I want to see. I'm gonna go Kendrick Lamar versus Lil Wayne. I'm gonna play the two songs, and I want to see what you say between them. Okay.
They not like us. 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 They not like us.
So who do you got at that? A Milli versus Not Like Us.
I gotta go with Not Like Us.
I'm gonna go with a Milli.
Okay.
Humble. Humble versus 6'7".
I'm gonna have to go Humble.
I'm gonna go 6'7".
Okay.
I got loyalty, got royalty inside my DNA. Cocaine quarter piece, got war and peace inside my DNA. I got power, poison, pain, and joy inside my DNA. I got she lick me like a lollipop. She lick me like a lollipop. She lick me like a lollipop.
DNA, Lollipop.
Man. I mean, they're both tough. No, I'll go with Lollipop, man.
I'm gonna go DNA. Pride versus Love Me.
Love Me.
Love Me. Money Trees. Go here.
Look at me when I'm talking to you. You looking at me.
Money Trees, Mero. Who you got?
I got Mero, man.
I got Mero as well. So, when people say that Lil Wayne don't got no hits, like, not like us, he has to alter that probably when he performs at the Super Bowl, because he's not going to be able to say Drake is a pedophile.
But that's where they want to hear A minor.
Yeah, but he
They wanna
might
hear
have to
all
he
that.
might have to lean to the crowd, A minor or whatever. But he can't actually say
you
that
think he's
himself.
gonna perform that track?
He can't.
It's a must. He has to.
He can't though. He has to alter it. He got to alter it. He has to alter it in order to perform it, or he can't perform it. Lawsuits are coming out. Remember, the Super Bowl is so with the ad dollars and all that stuff. Remember when Janet Jackson had the titty out and
Yeah, she got in a lot of trouble for that.
it's not happening.
Justin Timberlake even got some flack
you
for
know,
that too, right?
So yeah, it's gonna be different. But I wanna talk about. So we're moving along with as far as Kendrick's daily streams, right? When this whole beef was going on, Kendrick's daily streams were 1 and 2. They have plummeted. I think he's at 15 right now on Spotify.
That's where he's ranked.
I think he's ranked at 5th. It's either 12 or 15. He dropped. But Drake this is the daily streams. We're talking daily streams every single day. 43.5 million people are listening to Drake. He's number 1. You have Bad Bunny.
Say that number again.
43.5 million.
Dang.
This is just on Spotify. And he's not even a Spotify guy. Remember, he signed his deal with Apple.
Right.
So probably most of his fans are with Apple. I don't have Spotify, right? So this is on the other, streaming platform, not even on his own. And it's 43.5 million people are streaming his music every single day.
Right.
You got Bad Bunny, Travis Scott, Kanye West is 4, and Eminem is 5. Kanye West is 20. Bad Bunny is 38.1 million. Travis Scott is 34.2 million. Kanye West is 27.1 million. And then you have Eminem, number 5 at 25.6 million streams per day.
Damn.
Guys, like, this is when I tell you that the internet, the Drake hate is only on the internet.
Facts.
Because all those Kenny stans, everybody, like, if you guys are real fans, then y'all should go stream his music. Get offline arguing with us and go stream his damn music. So, and put him up back where he was.
Right.
So we can see that the beef was holding it up, and you guys are not real. This is not a real thing. This whole hate Drake is all forced. It's only on the internet. Because why is his music still getting streamed on a platform that's not even his? He's with Apple.
Good point.
So I only can imagine what's on Apple. Right? So yeah, and it's just funny, man. But Drake, and I want to go back to this as far as with Drake. You got Eminem. He dropped the album this year, right? I think maybe 2 albums.
I think.
So you got Gunna dropped the album this year. You got Metro Boomin dropped 2 albums this year.
Right.
Future dropped an album, and he just dropped another. He dropped 2 albums as well.
Right.
But Drake is still out streaming all of these guys, and he hasn't dropped the album in 2024.
What is it? Like your man Jay says, man. Men lie. Numbers don't, eh?
So this is when I say that the hate is only on the internet.
Right. Right.
Because if you guys hate this guy so much, why is his music still being streamed more than all of these artists?
The Drake effect is real, man.
So imagine, and this is a down year, so imagine if he actually dropped a project, what would those numbers look like? I'm just saying. The beef held up Kendrick, and now the beef is over.
Right.
And now his number shouldn't drop.
Shouldn't.
Right? Go back and listen to Damn. Go listen to some of his old projects.
Bottom line.
I don't think that the new music is what's holding up Drake as the number 1. People are going back to the old music.
Exactly.
This is all I'm saying.
Good point.
That's
a very good point, man.
So, but I want to know from you what should be Drake's next move, right? obviously Kendrick got the Super Bowl coming up.
Right.
That's going to be a big stage. He's going to carry this on. There should be the rollout for his album, which makes the most sense in the world.
It does.
So let's see what he does. But
I mean, I think the Super Bowl's in February.
yes, it's in February.
Black History Month.
Yes.
This is right up Kendrick's alley, man.
And I believe the Grammys is the week before.
Right.
So he's gonna get a Grammy.
Oh, for sure.
For Not Like Us. And then the next week, I believe, is the Super Bowl.
Right.
The next weekend is the Super Bowl. So it's a perfect rollout for his album.
It is.
Grammys, Super Bowl, and then album. In that order, I think. Right. And then just tease us with maybe some new music.
Right.
Towards then, you know, to have a perfect rollout. So like Academic says, man, this guy has all the Infinity Stones really to really do some real damage for him to be talked about up until the next following year.
Right.
You know, 2025. So I mean 2026, really.
But
so,
really and truly, you cannot mention Kendrick without mentioning Drake.
Well, this is my thing.
In regards to Drake's next move, just keep coming out with them singles, man.
Because he's dropping a project with Party next door.
Oh yeah, exactly.
It should be dropping, you know, either next month or in November. But should Drake do and should he drop an album? Should he drop his album? I heard people say that Drake should drop his album during Kendrick when he drops his album, and go number for number and see who
right.
I think Kendrick is going to outstream him, to be honest. I think he'll have better first week sales. And I don't even think people listen to the album. They'll just do it and just to hate on Drake. It's not even to listen to the music. I just think that people actually really hate Drake so much. It's really weird. It's actually really weird. You guys don't know the guy and you guys hate him so much. So it's just weird. But okay, my thing, as I thought when this whole thing was going on, I felt like Drake should have done a collaboration album with The Game. Just to piss people off. Because that will help revive Game a little bit. And then, you know, it can be, you know, the West Coast have them in uproar, beefing with each other. I said that. Get a little messy. And then one of my good friends, Finesse, you know, Shaw Finesse, he told me Drake should do a collaboration album with Chris Brown. Go do a collaboration album with Chris Brown. Go on tour. And he goes, it might go crazy. It'll go crazy.
It'll go bananas.
It'll go crazy. Them two on tour.
That could be something special. That could be something epic. But I don't know. I don't know if those two could pull that off. In regards to just, are they still cool?
That's the question.
You know what I mean? Like, you know,
that's the question.
I see Chris Brown bumping to Not Like Us a whole lot. You know what I mean?
I've seen him play some of Drake's music as well, though. Too.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. But yeah, I don't know. I would like to see Drake. You know, I think he's at a stage in his life now, man, where he's already established as one of the top artists, MCs.
Yep.
Out. Like, just he's up there. He's up there. It's a fact.
Yep.
You know, me being selfish, you know, I'd love to see him, you know, bring some more, you know, Canadian MCs. Do some joints, do some collaborative joints with some of the underground hip hop artists.
I agree.
Know what I mean?
I would love to see a TV Gucci track. I would love to see a Pressa track. I would love to see a Doobie track with him. I would love to see a Burner Bands track.
Oh,
I would love to see your boy Free. I would love to see a Free track. I would love to see a Molly Sway's track.
Oh, for sure.
I'm selfish as well. I would love to see that.
You know what? Now let's get some of our artists out there.
I would love to see that. I would love to see him in Lavish. I would love to see him in Party, of course. I would love to see
the underground scene on the Canadian side. It's promising.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
I love to see him in Top 5.
Oh,
I would love to see it all.
Yeah, I'd love to see all that, man.
I agree with you. I would agree. I agree. I like that idea.
What else do they have to prove in the States and in the world? Like,
that is the next move.
Hopefully.
I agree with
selfishly speaking.
That's not even selfish. They need that.
You know
we
what I
need
mean?
that.
We got a lot of talent, man.
We got a lot of talent.
Man.
Yes. So yeah, I want to talk to you guys in the comments, man. I want to ask you guys, what should Drake's next move be? I said a collaboration album with Chris Brown, going on tour would be insane.
Yeah.
You know, Woods mentioned, you know, doing local songs with local artists. I don't know if you
Not local,
collaboration,
but more so underground artists.
underground.
You know
So
what I mean?
not more so like, you know, I don't know if it's an album, but new songs, TV Gucci, Pressa, you know, Free A, Burner Bands, you know, Doovie, Top 5, music with the underground guys. I think
Yes.
that's a good look. Talk to us in the comments about what Drake's next move should be. Let's get it.
Let's get it.
You have anything else?
Yeah, man. Back to the Raptors, man. You know what I mean? You know, shout out Edward Rogers. You know, I believe he's the chairman for Rogers. You know what I mean? But now he has like a good majority stake in MLSC. Like he's the guy.
Right.
You know what I mean? They'll be making the decisions moving forward. And you know, him and Masai, you know, they butt heads a bit. You know what I mean? But Masai always got through because, you know, Tannenbaum was the guy making the decisions on the Raptors side, right? So
right.
now it's like, dag, man, you know, is Mr. Rogers gonna can him and Masai coexist to elevate our Raptor squad? I'm not talking about the other team that we got, you know what I mean? They can handle what they gotta handle. But on the Raptor side, you know, how long is Masai gonna be a Raptor? How long is he gonna stay with us now if they always been button heads in the past?
We've seen some stuff like this happen before.
You know what I mean? And I'm like, dag. So I think, you know, I know we're under the radar. I think we're a middle. We don't want to be in the middle of the pack. You always say that, you know, as an NBA team, you never want to be in the middle of the pack. Like,
it's just a confusing place to be.
You know what I mean?
You don't know whether you want to tank or do you want to try to go for the play-in spot and then you mess up your draft stock.
I think we're in a stage right now. Maybe we just gotta go for it. Just see what happens, man. If it's a play-in, go for it. I think we can. If we're healthy, I like the roster. I love our core. We can upset a lot of teams this year. Let's go for it because we don't know how long Masai's gonna be there, man. And all the relationships that he has with players on that team, and I don't want to lose him. So hopefully they can mend their differences, you know. But
it's tough because him being a Raptor, he's a staple for us, right?
Right.
He's the one who pulled off the Kawhi move, and obviously we see what it looks like when you have a great GM.
Right.
You can have great talent and then not have that GM, and then you know you can't put the pieces around the star. Right. We've seen that before with Vince Carter. We didn't have a great GM, so they weren't able to put those good pieces around, and then Vince got frustrated, and then he pulled the move to trade him when you don't have. When players ask to be traded, you don't have to trade him.
Nah.
Keep him.
Nah.
Don't have to. You know, so yeah, I hear what you're saying.
Man. So I mean, shout out Edward Rogers, yo. You know what I mean? This is great for your legacy. But like, if you can bring another chip, and both of them, like Edward Rogers, I believe he's trying to even bring a NFL squad. You know, a Toronto NFL team, which would be crazy.
That'd be insane.
That'd be insane. You know what I mean? But you know, fix up what you got in your backyard first, man. Soup it up some more, man. Enhance it some more. Hopefully, Masai and Edward can, you know, coexist. And let's get another ring. Because Masai said he wants another championship.
We all do.
So let's make that happen, man. Please, man. Don't break this up yet. That's all I really had to say in that regards. You know what I mean?
Got you.
And just continue to support, man. On all social media platforms. Hit that notification. You know what I mean? Like, share, tell a friend to tell a friend, man. Yo, like you said, man, we're all reaching out. Our reach is hitting LA. The West Coast.
This is facts.
You know what I mean?
You got a lot of those guys, cuz.
Thank you for the support, man. Title League, you already know, distant cousins all day. We out, man.
Let's get it.
Let's go.